Namaste everyone, I'm Tarushi Chaudhary welcoming you back to my podcast Stories You Should Know. In today's episode, I talked to someone I knew as a kid. We went to middle school together. She's a brilliant and vibrant woman. At 27, she's her own boss. Her venture Voorpret is a transmedia marketing and PR company. Her journey from Jaipur to Manhattan has been a roller coaster ride. She made her choices and she stood by them. Meet Khanakh Sharma. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for coming to my podcast. Let me start by asking you your entire journey from Jaipur to New York. I want to know because I know Khanakh as the person who was there in school with me.
So basically, as you know, we studied together, and I always had that kind of like a school image of like being a rebel and stuff. Yes, I've always been, and I think that did wonders for me, my rebellious character. But putting that rebellious character in a more like positive direction did wonders for me and my career. I have, let's do this. So, definitely, I was born in the completely stereotypical Indian family. Mom is a doctor, dad's an engineer, always wanted me to do that. I think they didn't, the extracurriculars I used to have apart was literally going to like science and math tuitions. Though I love dancing, so I pursued it by myself. But apart from that, I kind of was always engrossed in that. So kind of like never explored my other things that I was like I could have been interested in. And then came the and as you remember, I left 10th standard and I joined a different school. That also happened because I kind of bunked my school and my mom caught me. And my mom thought that, my friends around there are bad influence on me. It was generally the other way around. I was the one who would always encourage them to bunk schools and whatever. But she made me change schools, some place closer to her home. That was Jayshree Periwal International School, and
Right.
but but that actually happened for good because when I actually entered Jayshree Periwal International School, it kind of gave me a lot of options. The things that I always kind of wanted to do. And I thought and it was kind of not given a lot of importance in our school or the previous school that I was in. People, they used to take dancing seriously, even perform like visual arts. If you like debating, they would send their students. I went to summer schools to Harvard, and I was just like, this is good. At least somebody is acknowledging certain things that I'm actually good at.
Right.
So that kind of pushed me. But then again, I kind of had this conversation with my parents in 12th standard that I do not want to do, I do not want to be an engineer. So please listen to me. But then, little did they know, but my parents were like, I do not know what is good for myself and this and that. And they sent me to this engineering university. It's called Modi University. It's in Rajasthan. It's all girls university. So that was another, oh my God. I was like, fuck my life. I'm right here. So, but I feel like the people I met there and another over there also, I had certain kind of experiences in leadership and stuff that kind of gave me more confidence. So but over there, being like trying to be an engineer, I realized that I absolutely hated engineering. So I dropped out. I dropped out in my second year. And then I gave my SATs. I was more confident. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to pursue something in media or something in marketing. And and then I got selected. I went to Columbia University, New York. I got a scholarship, and then that's how I reached New York. So
That's quite a journey, Khanakh. I mean, I never knew about it. I don't know how many people actually knew about it. For us, you was just gone. And then suddenly, after a couple of years, I talk to you, I start chatting with you over Instagram, and bam, here we are.
that's
It,
so true.
it's been quite a long journey for you. What happened once when you were there and you were pursuing your studies?
and then you started making your career. You always, like, because you said you were very sure in your mind what you wanted to do. So after
Yeah.
going to Colombia, you knew what you're gonna do, how your career is gonna shape out.
Well, I kind of knew when I walked in. I thought like, yes, that's what I wanted to do. But when I started my school in Colombia, it gave me even better options. That how more specific I can be good. There are certain things that I'm good at. So I'll just tell you, like currently, I'm the founder of one of the Transmedia marketing and omni-channel marketing firm. So what we do, we basically we work in campaign marketing strategies. So that was something that I was introduced to in during my program. When I was studying during my major, it was one of the courses I took, and I just realized, oh my god, you know what? That's what I wanted to do. And later I realized, before I used to call myself a marketer, a social media expert, and this and that, but like while studying, I realized I'm actually a storyteller. I just love telling stories using any medium, and if it helps you market yourself, good for it, good for you. If it doesn't, I will still tell you a story. That's it. So I'm a storyteller majorly.
So this shift from a marketer to a storyteller, how has this been for you? I mean, in the initial years, right after your studies, did you start your own startup right after that, or you did that after pursuing a couple of jobs?
Oh, no, no, no. So that was also one another. See, our life, everybody's life is full of setbacks and certain things and expectations, but you don't meet it. But the thing is, you should not lose hope and should just keep believing in your dream. That's what I believe in, because I was a salutatorian. I of my university, and I was always was on this pedestal throughout my university time as a part of a secret society in Colombia. And so I thought, like, I'm the best. I mean,
Right,
who would not give me a job, you know?
right,
And also with US, what happens, like, just after you graduate, you have 90 days to secure a job, or you go back to your country. And I thought, I'll just get a job right away, right off the bat. And kid you not, I got 154 rejections.
damn,
Yeah, I count. I used to count it every day. I'm like, what the hell? Like, they didn't even consider me for a clerical job, to be honest. And I was like, am I doing something wrong here? So finally, there was one small company. It was a small production unit, actually. um, there's this thing that happens in New York. Is called Latin Grammys, if you know about it. So Latin Grammys were happening, and they required a volunteer. They wanted a volunteer to work. So I was like, cool. And I had a background in film and stuff, so I'm like, I'll do it. Why not? And
right.
I went there, and I kind of directed like half of the show, half of the Latin Grammy show, and then so that kind of got me in contact with this another producer, actually, and he was working on this short film, and he was like, "Do you want to produce it with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that. Why not?" And we worked together. I did really well. Our film got selected for the Sundance Film Festival. We got nominated. We didn't win, but that was pretty big for me. And
That's the thing.
after that, I actually got a call back from Viacom saying, "Would you like to work as assistant producer for some of our shows?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." So that's how I started working, because at that time my goal was to work, because I had to pay my bills, and I wanted a livelihood. I did not want to rely on my parents all the time. They already spent so much. I mean, they they gave me the best you can ever imagine. They even bought me an apartment, for God's sake. Like, who does that in Manhattan? So I was like, no, you know what? I cannot keep asking, so I'll just take this job. I absolutely loved it, but then still my heart was always there in, like, storytelling and transmedia marketing, and I always wanted to do that. But nobody was no company was hiring me in that, so I was like, might as well. I'll just open my own company. Fuck it. So I just did, and by God's grace, it's doing pretty well. So yeah. I'm good.
And how long it has been since you started your own work?
I started my work in 2018. Uh, and because at that time also I was kind of saving up for my company as well. Reason being, I had to have a team of at least 5 when I start, because it's about kind of creating content as well. So I definitely need 2 designers and one video editor with me for sure. So I was saving up for them as well to kind of take out a loan, a small loan from the bank, which I did. It did well, and it's been doing well since then. And now I'm in India to kind of expand it to the Asian market. Transmedia marketing
Right.
is a very alien concept for the Asian market. So I was like, why not? It'll be a good
So
opportunity.
how has it been from Colombia to back in India, and now you're trying to set up your business over here, and you did quite successful over there
Yeah.
because and as you said, this market is not used to the kind of work that you're doing. How difficult has it been for you?
Honestly, it actually, I will not blame them, but I feel like I kind of outgrown them. I am changed person. Like, okay, if you want to talk in the work ethic, it's very different. In US, we start work by 9 maximum. Generally, offices open by 8 or 7. Like
Right.
Wall Street opens by 7, and generally all these firms open by 8 or 9, and boss is the one who enters by 10, no later than that. But over here, people don't start work before 11. So
Right.
that kind of wastes your half of your day. And
Mhm.
also, I just feel like people have skill set over there, but not a desire to actually work. Like, cool. Like, I have people who I'm working with over here, they're graphic designers. I kid you not, best skills, but there's no
Right.
creativity. There's no passion to actually try different something. Oh, cool, I'm a designer, maybe I want to learn something new. Because I
Right.
remember when I in my office, when we hire interns, I mean, I'm not talking my company. I'm talking about the part-time job in Viacom over there. When we hire interns, we actually ask them to do certain courses from Linda or Coursera, to do certain courses every day. Like, small courses, just do
Mhm.
it. 1 hour, 2 hour course. So kind of like, it helps you. You learn something new, you apply something new, and you give something new. But that's what I just feel that's lacking, that people don't actually have, like, that drive. I mean, sorry to say, don't get me wrong, but even the content creators that I see many a times over here generally are copying stuff that has already been done instead of actually creating their
Right.
own, because I know there's so much potential. India is a place of culture, so they can do so much, but I just feel the drive is missing. Apart from that, and they're a little lazy. That's it. Else, yeah. But
I think I'll agree on that part for sure.
but apart from that, they're good people. They're honest people. First of all, that's absolutely one thing I adore. Honest people and very respectful. I have never seen anybody disrespecting. That is one thing that we kind of face in US a lot. People disrespecting your people in authority or people with around you and stuff. That's not there.
Mhm.
And but I feel if they just put their own zeal towards it, I think they can do wonders. All of them can have their own company set up. So yeah, that amount of skill set is
Right.
there. So yeah.
That's true. I think that's true. I mean, what you said about the part about creativity, I think they lack a set, like a little enthusiasm of doing something new or creating content that actually they want to do, not they have to do.
You put,
I think that's something that lacks over
that's
there.
you're very true. That's very true.
I
Yes.
I think you're correct.
So that's
Yes.
why I'm kind of
Yes.
struggling a little in India. Not with my people.
So it kind of affects your business
It
directly,
does.
right?
It does. And also, it does definitely, because the person that you basically are pitching it to, then he expects that kind of quality work. And I cannot outsource my work from US. It's just going to cause them, like, it's going to cause them boom. So instead of that, might as well, whenever I expand my business, I always hire a local team. But I think my team is getting around. It's also kind of I get it. If you do not know it, then you can always teach them. So I have started this thing. I always tell my designer to learn a new skill within 1 week and create post about it. Like, you utilize that skill with all of our clients, like,
Right.
So that kind of, it gamifies it. I tell him, I kind of give them incentives. I was like, oh, cool. So this one of the designers that I have, he's a gamer. He loves gaming. He's a kid. He's just 18-year-old kid who works for me.
Right.
And he was telling me, I kind of gave him incentive. I'm like, cool. If you learn these 3 skills and do it properly, I'll give you your gaming headphones as a gift. So yeah,
Right.
the boy did pretty well. So I gave him.
You have been through a lot of cultural changes, right? From India to US and then back in India. You have changed. You have changed a lot over the years, and then right from being a student to an employee, now you are your own boss.
Yeah.
How has things changed for you in that way? In perspective of your family, your friends, people you know around. How they have started treating you differently? Has that been the case?
That is, well, my mom and dad, they will always treat me as if I'm still like 2-year-old. So that's not going to change. That's like a constant, I feel. My dad still thinks like, but I'd say it in a very nice way. No, I'm not trying to scrutinize him, but he still wants to be super protective about for me and everything. Also, certain things that so I'll tell you certain things that happened to me during university time. Kind of put me in a very crazy depression phase. So I was in depression for almost 2 years. It took me 2 years of therapy to come out of it. And that kind of has made my dad even more protective towards me. But apart from that,
Right.
parents never changed. But I would definitely say that I have changed. I have definitely grown from all the experiences that I have experienced throughout my life, be it bad relationship or a great victory or anything, has definitely changed me. So that kind of, but to be honest, I have always treated people nice. I'll be very honest with you.
Right.
I mean, it's not necessary that people reciprocated that, but I don't hold anything against it, because they definitely gave me some good memories to look back to. But apart from that, the only thing I feel is missing while I came back to India is the fact that I realized that people around here, at least around me, I'm sorry if I'm generalizing it, but people around me are very ignorant. Ignorant
Right.
towards people's feeling, ignorant towards just general things that are happening in the world. Like, they're trying way too hard to fit in, and I can just see it, and I'm like, you know what, I don't deal with this. So I kind of leave that negative energy and just kind of like, either kind of keep myself busy, or I have certain 2-3 really good close friends of mine, still the same, very intelligent people, and I just spend my time with them. Apart from that, it's okay. Certain people you cannot change. All you can be is like, it's okay. You do you, I do me. So yeah.
You're 27 and you are your own boss. You have your own company. How does that exactly feel now? That's quite a young age to be your own boss, We all are trying to do that, but you already
Oh,
did
thank
that.
you so much. It's scary. It's very scary. Trust me. I wish I can just go back to being great CEO or an employee. That's it. I do not, because it is so much stress. First of all, because it's just not you, it's the people who are working for you. You have you have to kind of, it's like they're your responsibility. So you need to think about that. You need to think about your company's growth. You need to think about staying up to date. Whenever even you take a vacation, I always keep checking the emails early in the morning. It's it's a little crazy, scary, but I like it. I think I always wanted it, and it was definitely my dream. Always have been in my dream, and I
Yes.
asked for it. Universe gave me, and yeah, I don't complain, but it is a good feeling as well, because it's just not about being the boss, because as a person, because in the end I'm a human being, I doubt myself too. For that, I have a I have one of my one of my employee. His name he's Indian. His name is Pratik, and he's an absolute gem. He always guide me in a very good direction. I call him my work husband, and good man. To be honest, we all, it's not a very big deal. It's majorly, people always think like, oh, starting my own business. No, you can start a business with 0 rupees or $0 as well. It's just about believe in yourself and start something. Start small, but be consistent. Being consistent is the key. That's it. And don't expect
Right.
it's gonna come. It will come to you, but then set certain milestones. Maybe set a milestone for 1 year, and even if you just finish
Right.
that goal, that is an immense growth. The moment you do start doing that, that's it. You're on the path to success. So yeah, that's
I
what I
think
did.
this is the most inspirational message I've heard in a very long time, Khanakh, and that too coming from a friend, it
Oh,
means a
thank
lot.
you.
I mean, it goes out in a very nice and a healthy way when you know someone who's doing such great work in life and they have achieved such great success, and you know that person personally, and you're like, okay, I know this person. If he or she can do it, then you can
Of
also do
course,
it.
you can do it. Trust me. I personally believe one thing. If one human being has achieved something, then you can do it too. That's it. That's it.
Absolutely.
You can be
Absolutely.
Ambani equivalent rich too. You can also own everything, but you just have to keep doing it. That's it.
Kanak, that was wonderful. Thank you for
Of
doing this.
course.
Thank you for taking out time and telling us everything about you, your journey, your life. It's been so nice to finally know where you come from, what all you have done to be where you
Oh,
are
thank
today.
you. Thank you so much. I absolutely loved it. Like, it was amazing. For all your listeners, I have known Tarushi since the time we started learning Kathak, and she was in my school, and it has always been a great pleasure because we used to always have a good time. Though we had different friend circles, but then I always remember this. You have always been a very kind-hearted person. I think I've never heard anything bad about you from anybody, even when we were kids or we've
Uh,
grown. Uh,
Thank you so
but
much.
one thing is just like what I appreciate and I absolutely love about you is the fact that you have opinions and you stand by it. That's a very good thing. Instead of being a person in a bandwagon and just doing everything, you stand your point. You like something, you like something. You don't, you don't. And you speak with facts. So, that is really amazing. That's going to do wonders for you in life because people appreciate people with spine, not spineless.
Thank you so
So,
much. Thank you so much. I think that's very sweet. I don't think so I can end this podcast on a better note now.
awesome.
That was Khanakh Sharma, and this was her story. If you like this podcast, please do share it with your friends and family and help in spreading the word. You can also leave a comment wherever it allows you to. Also, please do give a shout out by sharing the podcast link on your social media stories. You can tag the podcast page on Instagram at Stories You Should Know. This podcast is a small way of bringing some stories in front which deserve to be heard, especially now when there is so much happening in the world. I would like to request you, If you are in a position of helping out someone near you, then please do. It can be the smallest thing like reaching out and listening to their problems. If you are going through something and need help, please reach out to someone you trust or seek professional help. Stay safe, take care, and be kind. I will be back next week. This is Misty signing off.